All right, so we're back. We're going to do another episode of Forging Better Humans, and I brought one of my most valued employees. I like calling her an employee, she's not an
I'm
employee.
his better human.
His better human. No, I mean, that's true, yes. She came over to our side how long ago did you start working at the cafe?
2008. Oh, at the cafe right after COVID.
About 19?
That's like no, COVID was 2020.
2020. Okay.
Right when they opened everything back up is basically when we opened the cafe.
And then she poured herself into the cafe. So what I want to do is allow her some time to talk about Brick and Iron Cafe, how it's evolved, what she does over there on the other side of the wall, get some awareness to her business, and just kind of leave it at that. So I'm going to turn it over to Karen to talk about the inception of Brick and Iron and where it's going, what she's doing, little known facts and cool stuff like that about the business.
Okay. So we started the business. Let's start from the beginning-ish. For those of you guys that don't know me, my life before this was I was running a horse farm here in Ocala. I did that for 14 years. I would say like my passion is horses. That's what brought us here. I have my master's in equine reproduction. I really like the horses. I spent a lot of time doing it, but after my third baby, it was time to step away from the horses. So I worked with Ted for a little bit in the gym, and as fantastic as that was, we both decided during COVID that the choice was either I go back to working with horses or I figure out something else to do that could work synergistically with the gym. And so I didn't think that horses were the right thing at that time because the kids were still very young. They were starting school. And I didn't think going into a new place with the time that I was probably going to need to take with my kids would be fair to that place because I hadn't put in the extra to warrant like them saying, oh yeah, she's worth giving her that time. So we went to a friend's grand opening right when they were opening everything up from COVID. And next door was a place that did acai bowls. And I had one for my first time and was like, these things are amazing. Why don't we have this in Ocala? Did a quick Google, found out that there wasn't really anything. So I told Ted, I said, that's what I'm going to do. And I booted everything that was gym related out of the space that is now Brick and Iron Cafe and started very small. Practicing with the members first before we went public with them. But in ignorance, I Pinterest how do you make an acai bowl and played with them a little bit, came up with some great recipes. They were really good. Everybody really liked them. So I went public with them. Well, fast forward a year, I go back to that place and find out that there's actually, most places use gelato or use like a pre-made base, and that is how the majority of acai places in the country do it. And I was dumb and didn't know that, but it worked out in my favor because that is the thing that sets me apart from most places. Now, I opted to never switch it because I find that in our culture, most things are processed or you're not aware of what's actually in them. And so this gives me full control of like, I'm aware of what I'm putting in it. So I know that what I'm putting in is good for you. It also gives me control as far as like, I can adjust to people's dietary needs. So I knew there was food allergies. I just wasn't aware of how many people would have. And so over the last 5 years, I have like brought in new things to adjust for them. So I have a lot of gluten-free options. I have plant-based options. I have options that don't have any nuts in them. Dairy-free, like the sky is the limit, and I try to do as much as I can so that everybody can enjoy a healthy option here in Ocala. There's not a ton of them, so I try to provide that to them. We make as much as we can in-house, so a lot of our nut butters are made in-house. There's no preservatives added to them. There's no sugar added to them. A lot of our coffee syrups, while yes, they are simple syrups, which means sugar, I use like organic cane sugar. We I use the actual ingredients like vanilla beans cut open, and I don't add any preservatives, so they have to stay refrigerated. So everything I do is trying to minimize the number of ingredients that you have to consume. Um, Another thing we have over in the cafe, if you have been over there, is that we have a full line of supplements. We only use First Form supplements. They are a company we've worked with since 2018. They are my preference of a company because their core values really align with what we have going on, not only in the cafe, but also in the gym.
100%.
If you have never listened to a podcast or watched anything going on with First Form, and I know probably Ted and I are the only people that have gone to their facility here from Ocala, but they walk their walk and talk their talk just the same as all of us here at the gym are trying to do. Every single employee, they have, I think, well over 2,000 under roof that they don't have a cleaning crew because they clean up after themselves. Like, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion is the slogan that they are living there. It's the slogan that we'd like to live by here. And so not only are their products fantastic, and every time, like, they're constantly reformulating, trying to make them as good for you and as good as possible. And so all of those things, they just kind of mesh with the message that we have going on here. Another side that, like, when people get to know me, they'll say, "Wow, the jump from horses to nutrition, that's such a big jump," or horses to a restaurant. And while it seems like it, because for the last 20 plus years, that's what I've been doing with my life was horses, my life before that was actually very fitness and nutrition focused. I was a swimmer my entire life. I had swimming paid for my college. I also focused very much on nutrition. I've always kind of paid attention to what went into my body, sometimes not for the best reasons. Other time, I mean, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and people liked thin, so you have to pay attention to what you're eating. But I also was swimming, so I had to pay attention to what I was eating because I wanted to be thin, but I also wanted to be fast. And so the combination is like you really need to have your stuff dialed in. So nutrition and fitness have been a huge part of my life. So the jump wasn't that odd once you know that side too. One thing I really like to help people with, though, on top of being able to create a good option for them to eat, is that I get a lot of people that come in and aren't very aware of proper nutrition or like little things they can do to help themselves. And I really enjoy helping the community with that. I help the members at the gym. I have people that come in and I like to guide them. We have a great piece of equipment called the InBody, which will measure not only your weight, but it'll measure muscle mass and give you your BMI and all the things that we need to be able to help you dial in your nutrition better. And it's small steps. So, like, I will get somebody that comes in and we start with a very small step, like a walking goal and maybe a protein goal, or maybe it's just, I don't even know what's good for me. And while those of us that have been at the gym for a long time and at this for a long time, it's second nature. And so you forget that there are people that know absolutely nothing about nutrition. And there's nothing wrong with that. They need the education. And so they come to you and look for that guidance. And so my goal and hope is that I can offer guidance in a very friendly way, not ridiculing, not making you feel bad that you don't know that, but making you feel like she gets it, that I don't get it, and she wants to help me. And that's really like how the cafe and the gym have worked so well together, because that has always been the message on the gym side, is how can we help this community? And so now we're throwing in an entirely different business with that same goal, is that we're here to help you to better yourself, to be better for your family, to be better for your community, to be better for you. If you only have some fur babies, to be better for them. Just whatever it is, we want to help you be the best version of you can be. I know that's probably like an overused statement, but it's true. We just want everybody That's the goal. If you're not growing, you're dying. So that's kind of where the cafe started and where it's going and where we hope to like quadruple its goals in the near future and then just keep going from there. It has the capability of helping a lot of people in this community.
So I had an idea. I was going to do a podcast on recovery and stuff today. And I'll probably still get around to that and just do a full podcast on recovery. But when we come and we're talking about nutrition's a big part of recovery. When you, out of all the people that you meet over there, I know I see this a lot as a coach. You have somebody who has a goal, right? They want to lose weight, they want to lean muscle, they want this, they want that. And the first thing that you ask them was, how's your diet? And how often do you get this response? I get it a lot. Oh, my diet's fine. My diet's fine. But they're literally sitting there with 120 extra pounds of just fat just dripping off of them. And you're like,
yeah,
something's not right because there's no fat Jews in Auschwitz. It's like, that's not how this works.
Right.
Your diet's not right. Something's off, right?
Yes.
And I think that's where you come in and you can help a lot, where you're like, you may think that the choices that you're making are great for you, and they might be good choices, but they might not be right in quantity, size, and portion control.
Yeah.
Those types of things.
Yeah. That's the most common thing. And well, actually, I think the most common thing I hear is, I think I just don't eat enough. And it's really hard to tell somebody that's not a correct statement because, like you said, like if you're morbidly obese or significantly overweight, it's not because you're not eating enough. But what people fail to understand is a lot of times their drink from Starbucks has 1,000 calories in it. And they just don't comprehend that because you get the cold foam, which is delicious, but it's like 6 or 7 tablespoons of heavy cream, which is about 600 calories. And then you add sugar to that to make it extra delicious. And so like what seems like not a lot, like it was just a venti with this extra stuff, but it adds up so fast. And then the thought of, I'm going to write everything down that I ate. We've had this happen before. I had this sandwich. Okay, great. And they write it down, sandwich, ham, cheese, bread. Did you put mayonnaise on it? Yeah, but only a little bit. That counts. Like you not believing in those calories doesn't mean they don't believe in you. So it's really like you just have to educate the people on where the calories are coming from and that every single one of them matters. Or that like Monday through Thursday you are fantastic and you count your calories and you do all your things, but on Friday, Saturday, Sunday you're kind of an asshole, or you just don't pay attention and you stop and actually write it down and you look and you go, "Oh my God, I didn't realize I was doing that." So I think first and foremost is getting people just to understand how much they actually are eating and what they're actually eating. That's probably the best way to let them know.
And that's not even a paid for service. I mean, these are
right.
literally casual conversations
right.
that you have in the cafe every day. I hear you. I walk in on them all the time. We do it too here on our side of the gym, our side of the wall as well. Like these. Just being around a community of people like this, that they live and breathe this style of lifestyle, it's cool in the sense that I know that my side of the gym is very intimidating for most folks to be able to come in here and talk to me about those types of conversations, right? You're just not going to publicly walk in off the street, start up a random conversation with me about nutrition or losing weight and stuff like that, unless you're looking to find a gym, which is rare anymore these days. Everybody's looking for a pill. But most people are looking for a good place to go to eat, some conversations, some socializing. And that's where you kind of come in, where you get to actually have those conversations a lot more than I do. And they're a lot more, they're casual, they're free. Yeah. It's cool advice. It's things that really just going and having an acai bowl at Brick and Iron and having a conversation with the owner, you could walk out with information that people pay a shit ton of money for as long as you put it into practice and play.
Yes. Yeah. And that's not to say that I don't have things over there that are high calorie. People will look at the bowl of the month and they'll be like, everything in here is good for me, right? Yes. But it's also going to be like the highest calorie bowl that you get.
Right, it's a meal.
And that doesn't, yes, it's a meal.
A
and so that doesn't mean that it's bad for you. It's just and that's what I'm trying to, like, I try to tell people is like, you have to plan for what you're eating, because when we go to Ale House on Thursday, if I didn't know anything, I would say, okay, well, I want to be good tonight. I'm just going to have a salad. Well, their lowest calorie salad is 1,000 calories before you put the dressing on it.
Right.
And that is more than half of most people's daily caloric needs.
Right.
But if you don't know anything, society has told you salad is good for you. Get the salad. Okay. Part of that statement is true. Like the lettuce and stuff, the fiber is good for you. And the ingredients in it may not be bad for you. But 1,200 calories when you've already consumed that 2 other times today is not good for you. It doesn't matter if it's all healthy food. If it's overeating them, it's still not, you're still going to put on weight. You could overeat anything and still put on weight, whether it's good value food or not. So I think that's what I try to help people understand. But you can come in, and I have this happen a lot too. These are the calories I want to eat. Like, this is my goal. And I can help you piecemeal what that's going to be. Okay, well, this is the base you're going to need, and these are, this is what you're going to stay away from. This is what you can add. Like, if you want to make your own granola, because granola is going to be a little higher calorie, here's a couple seeds you can throw on, and we can do this. And
that's cool. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. I kind of can do everything over there.
So you literally have somebody come in and say, hey, I have a macro split of this for lunch. Can you make me a bowl to fit this split? And I want it to taste good.
Yeah.
And they can throw it together. You can throw it together.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got 50 people in there, like I probably can't do that because but I have the nutritional information, so somebody could sit there and add it all up. But like I can give you around. Like I can't give you exact, but I can say, okay, well this base is 60 calories, where this base is 150 calories, and this is going to add this, and yes, we can go from there.
It's just cool, like watching your business evolve. I was listening to you talk about how, it was acai bowls, and then you added the protein, and you did all these different things, moving away from the gym, and the things that you've had to do to grow. And it's common in most businesses. I've got my own stories about having to grow, and you actually grow based on customer needs and customer requests sometimes. And I remember, I think you could probably summarize it better. Something about a decaf comment that went on.
Oh
that shit was
my
hilarious.
First bad Yelp review.
Yeah, it was the first bad Yelp review.
Broke my heart.
And yeah, something about.
Okay, so a lady came in.
Go for it.
She wanted decaf. I'm not really a coffee shop. I know it says cafe, but like.
I mean, you do pretty well.
I do coffee. I didn't have an espresso machine at first.
We did.
I had drip coffee.
That's why it was funny.
But I had somebody come in and she wanted decaf, and I said, "Oh, sad brown water," because I have 3 kids and like I live on caffeine. I also was unaware that people had sensitivities to it and that like it could be a medical thing. And she wrote me a really bad review on Yelp, and she was less than thrilled, and something about the elitists of the gym next door and whatever. Like that wasn't my intention. It was simply that I was ignorant to it.
I'm not for everyone.
But having a child with Down syndrome and hearing the ignorant comments people make, maybe I should have shut my mouth. The positive that came out of it before the review is I did buy decaf because I was like, oh, there's a thing that people need or want. So like, I'm going to provide this.
Right.
Which I did tell her when I responded to her review.
We have the most delicious
Thanks to you,
sad brown water in town.
Yeah. No.
That would be my response, but that's why you're over there and I'm over here.
Hey, sometimes ChatGPT has to write my responses because my emotions get the best of me.
It works. Yeah. But that's always been a funny story that I've always remembered for coffee especially.
So for outside people, because the gym people know this, but for outside people, if you have any desire to work on nutrition at all and you want to come in, our InBody is free of charge. You can get on it. We can talk about things. To a point, if you're going to want me to text you and call you every day about it, then like there is a charge for that. But other than that, just like general conversations and stuff, I really enjoy having them with people. I really like helping people and educating them or helping them to learn. I, I think there's nothing better than trying to make people better.
I agree. So that's how we work together to try to help the community here in Ocala, and anywhere else if you're just listening. But the overall mission here of Iron Legion it has two fronts. In case you didn't know, and now you see the other side of that. With our cafe side, with our nutrition and cafe side, we have nutrition coaching available through her, and supplementation and really really good food that has evolved to croffles now and croffle sandwiches. And I haven't talked to her about it yet, but I was watching a First Form video this morning with some of their Instagram foodies, and they were making like First Form pancakes that looked fucking delicious. So we need to watch that episode together, because if I can get you to make those, I'm buying them every day, every single day.
Buying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I buy all the ingredients, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And
Nope.
then
I don't
eat
do
them.
anything. I
Right.
just sit over there and look pretty.
You just run the card. Okay, so together we do both, right? Anyway, yes.
Oh, if you haven't
Oh.
checked out Ocala's most entertaining Instagram, it's at Brick Iron Cafe. You won't be sorry. Go check it out.
And what
Subscribe.
What would you say they would need to go see that for?
It's hilarious.
Hilarious?
Yes.
Yes.
I watch them often because I think it's so funny.
It's a running joke in the house between the kids and I of how much you watch your own page.
Oh,
It is
man,
pretty
they're
funny.
great though. They're great.
I think Logan's thing is, again, Mom, really? Are you going through your reels again?
Yeah.
He's kind of a non-paid
And
actor.
sometimes you're lucky enough when you're in there as a customer to be featured. And then
on
you
Ocala's most entertaining Instagram?
Yes.
Yes!
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could be your breakthrough.
Could be your breakthrough.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, I think we're going to leave off with that,
Okay.
unless you'd like to carry on a little longer. No?
No, unless we want to start talking about horses.
I mean, we
But
can
you
talk
probably got to
horses.
get the kids soon.
I have to go get the
And
kids
that
at
will
2
be
o'clock.
all day long.
So, yeah, there's a horse conversation to be had. That's going to be... We're going to need more battery for that on our phone. All right, so that was our episode of Forging Better Humans. This is Karen, and we will be back next Thursday with a new episode. Stay tuned. More cool shit to come.
Was that better, Isabel?
That was a lot better.
Okay.